To get into es entrar en, haciendo una especie de contorsión corporal. To get into es meterse en. To get into the car, to get into a box. To get into a house, pues no lo decimos excepto si no hay entrada. If the house is locked, my house, for example, I don't have the key. It's locked. My God, I need to get into my house. I need to break a window, for example. I need to break into my house. I need to get into my house by breaking a window. Yeah, because I locked myself out. Have you ever locked yourself out of your car? Have you ever locked yourself out of your house? Yes. If you lock yourself out of your house, you have to get into the house through the window or somehow. You need to break a window, maybe, to get into the house if you lock yourself out. Have you ever locked yourself out of a car? If you lock yourself out of your car, you have to get into the car some way, probably by breaking a window. Who knows? Don't lock yourself out of your house, and don't lock yourself out of your car.
Bienvenidos a los 80 segundos más intensos de vuestras vidas, en los cuales vamos a ver la siguiente frase. I had to get into the house by breaking a window because I'd locked myself out. Esta frase significa tuve que entrar en casa rompiendo la ventana porque había cerrado con llave y dejado la llave dentro. Me había dejado las llaves en casa. Bien, empezamos con la primera parte. I had to get into the house. To get into a house implica, al usar el verbo to get, la necesidad de usar fuerza, okay? If you shut yourself out, if you lock yourself out of the house, you have to get in somehow, de alguna manera o otra. So you can get in by opening the window, you can get in by forcing the door, or shoulder barging the door, or barging the door down, or you can get in by calling out a locksmith. A locksmith sería un cerrajero, okay? So there are many ways of getting into a house. Normally, when you open the door with a key, you go in. But when you get into a house, it implies that you've had to use force, okay? Good.
I'm officially surrounded by idiots. Somebody took my office key and they locked the door. So how did I get into the office? Well, I had to get in through the window. And I hope nobody saw me getting in through the window and thought someone was getting into the hotel and called the police. Harriet, get a grip and find out whose fault it is. Well, I know whose fault it is. George, how am I? You want to know how I'm doing? Well, as you can imagine, I couldn't get into my office today. Yeah, so how did I get in? Well, I had to get in through the window. First, I had to climb a wall, but the window was closed, and I fell into a bush. So how did I get in? Well, I climbed the wall, and I broke the window to get in. But a wasp got in with me. Yes, as you can imagine. It's fine, just get in here now and bring the key. Get in here now.
Bien, ahora vamos a ver cómo en inglés empleamos la preposición by para indicar cómo hacemos algo, en qué modo hacemos algo. Y cuando le sigue un verbo, hemos de emplear o expresar ese verbo en el gerundio, es decir, acabado en ing. I had to get into the house. Pues, ¿cómo entré a la fuerza, o por la fuerza, en la casa? Pues, by breaking a window, rompiendo una ventana. And how did I break the window? ¿Cómo rompí la ventana? By throwing, I broke the window, by throwing a stone through it, okay? Or by throwing a rock through it. That's how I broke the window, by doing something, okay? By throwing a window, by smashing it with a stick, for example, or a metal bar. Bien, we've seen the verb to get into a house, que implica pues, entrar por la fuerza, pues también tenemos otro verbo sinónimo, que es to break in. Y la gente que suele break into houses, okay, o entrar por la fuerza, son nuestra palabra del día, que son burglars. Burglars son ladrones especializados en robar en casas, ¿vale? Muy bien.
Hey, how's it going? Did you see what I did to my arm? I had to get in my own house by breaking a window. Yeah, by breaking a window. So, how did I get into my house? By breaking a window. Eso es. What happened was, I left my keys in my friend Rachel's house and she went to work. I tried to get in by opening the door gently. Didn't work, obviously. Then, I tried to get in the window by opening it like this. Didn't work. In the end, I had to open it by breaking it. I couldn't ask the neighbor because she's still angry at me that I turned her down. So, I had to get in my house by breaking the window. I used my muscles like this. Ow! Oof. I think by explaining it, I made it worse.
Bien, ya hemos visto dos verbos que significan entrar por la fuerza, en una casa, por ejemplo, que son to get into a house or to break into a house. Y ahora vamos a ver otro verbo nuevo que realmente no tiene equivalente exacto en español. Y es to lock. ¿Ok? To lock significa cerrar, pero con llave. Siempre implica el uso de una llave, ¿vale? To lock a door. Have you locked the door? ¿Has cerrado con llave? Bien, have you locked the door? Pero ahora vamos a verlo dentro de un contexto reflexivo. When you leave your keys inside and the door shuts and locks, then you lock yourself out. Oh no, I've locked myself out. Me he quedado fuera con la llave dentro, ¿ok? Se dice muchísimo cuando eso ocurre. I've locked myself out. I've locked myself out again. ¿Ok? El verbo, por supuesto, es regular, to lock, pero se pronuncia locked y no locked, ¿ok? El ed al final se pronuncia como si fuese una T fuerte. Lock, ¿ok? I've locked myself out. See you soon for some more exciting English.
¡Qué día! What a day! I'm so stressed. Estoy estresado. Why? Well, because tuvimos un simulacro de incendios. En inglés se dice a fire drill. Y tengo la costumbre. I always lock myself out. Yeah, I forget the keys, I leave them inside, and I lock myself out. And it happens every time. Yeah, every time there's a fire drill. Nunca voy a aprender. I'm never going to learn. Acordaros, to lock yourself out. Eso es que has dejado las llaves en tu casa. You locked yourself out. Nunca decimos lock out yourself. Decimos to lock yourself out. Y otra forma de decirlo es you locked your keys in. So you locked your keys in your car, you locked your keys in your home, and therefore, por eso, you've locked yourself out. So wait a second. Wait, where is everybody? Where's Harriet? She probably locked herself out too. And Felicity, she locked herself out too. I guess she did.